everybody, how you doing? I'm Richard.
I'm Jordan.
And this is Casual Magic. And we actually got a creature on the battlefield. This is Caesar, one of our many pets. He's a Chihuahua Pomeranian mix, but mostly Chihuahua, we think. But he's actually a rescue for those of you that haven't met him before. And he was actually on the kill list at a shelter, and we decided to pick him up when he was, I don't know, not even a year old, I think. He was pretty young, like 8 or 9 months old. And pretty cool dog. So anyway, anytime we play Magic, tabletop Magic at home, he wants to either sit on the table, lay on a table, or sit in somebody's lap. So he's a Magic fan, I guess you could say. So, all right, so welcome to our What is a Pre-Release video. Jordan and I just attended the Hour of Devastation pre-release. We had a pretty good time. Jordan's the one that actually played it. Jordan played, and I did the filming and stuff like that, so we can put this video together. And it was a really, really good time. We didn't play, last time we played Two-Headed Giant.
For E3 Vote, we played Two-Headed Giant. For this one, I just did regular sealed event. Yeah, it was fun.
But hopefully you'll like this. The owner of Armada Games, Michael, and you'll meet him later on in the video, actually let us come in there and film, so we wanted to send out a special thanks to him. And also actually gave us some time to sit down with him and ask him some questions on what to expect about our pre-release. So hopefully you'll like this video. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. So let's get started here.
Let's go.
Take a seat and let's do this.
Yep.
Okay, so what is a pre-release actually? So the pre-release is an event hosted the weekend before the official set release for a new Magic the Gathering set. And what it is basically a tournament type style event that lasts the entire weekend.
Yeah, and it depends on the card shop. Some may let you sign up a few weeks in advance. Some of them have to sign up the week before. For this event, as you've seen in the video, that we just basically walked in and Jordan signed up that day. And went from there. But yeah, pre-release is just that. That's what he said. It's a chance to actually play, open the packs, and play with the brand new cards before they're actually officially released. And it's usually 4 or 5 days, right? The weekend.
It is the weekend before it releases. So it starts on Friday. First, it was the 9th, I believe, something like that. July 9th, I think it was. So it started that Friday, and the actual set releases this coming Friday.
Right, so, a week in advance you get to go check out the cards and all that kind of stuff. And the only place you can actually open the packs and get to play with the cards and keep the cards is at your local game store.
This is the only way to purchase any products from the new set until it actually releases.
Before it releases, yes. Hence the term pre-release. So.
Yep. So it's a lot of fun. So once you've signed up, then they will probably have a listing of where they'll want you to sit before they hand out the packs, just so they can see who's there, so they can do pairings and stuff.
Yeah, and you'll see it. They'll have, all the tables will be set up, and normally there'll be stations. At Armada Games, they actually have numbers at each table, and there'll be a screen that they'll have, usually it's a big flat screen television where they put up what station you'll be sitting at, not only for each round that you'll play, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but they actually put on, when you go to build your deck and what actually happens. So, and one of the cool things about it, like I said, for the pre-release, even though there's many, you guys have heard of many different types of ways to play Magic, but there are only 2 types or 2 formats you can actually play to pre-release, and the owner actually talked about that.
Yeah.
So we'll like you can go ahead and listen to him and see what he talked about.
There's 2 formats that you can do, sealed and Two-Headed Giant sealed. Those are the only 2 that are available. We're not allowed to run drafts. We can't run like a standard tournament with the new cards or anything like that. It's strictly sealed and Two-Headed Giant sealed. In sealed, each person will be playing a normal match of Magic. For the secondary set, like for Hour of Devastation, you're going to get 2 booster packs of Amonkhet, 4 booster packs of Hour of Devastation, a promo card, and then some other swag stuff that they throw in. Like for Kaladesh, they did the little Thopter tokens, or D20 and stuff like that. That is always going to change up from set to set.
Extra stuff.
Yeah. But basically, once you get your pack and you're instructed to open it up, you're going to have either 20 or 30 minutes. Many stores, at least around here, do 30 minutes for deck construction. 30 minutes to open your packs, put together a 40-card deck, which includes basic lands. And then after that, you'll be playing some number of rounds. You can be playing either a full Swiss tournament with a cut to top 8. That's one of the things that some stores do. We prefer to do just 4 rounds of Swiss and done. So you know that going in, it's going to run about 5 hours.
And the nice thing, the way to build a deck, how they mostly say to do it is, you open each pack. Of course, you always want to go to that second or third card from the last of the deck to see what special card you got. If you pulled a nice, invocation or masterpiece or whatever. But after you open each pack, the first thing, the good thing to do is to separate everything into colors. Figure out what you got, because you want to look and see what cards you pulled, because you may want to build a 2-color deck, you may want to build a mono deck. I know we did 2-headed, and I just did all blue, and Jordan went ahead and did what you do?
I did a black-white zombie deck during the Amonkhet thing.
Yeah, black-white zombie deck, and it worked out pretty well. We even won some packs at the end and stuff like that. So, but yes, you get to go and build your deck. One of the things that we found out, which is pretty cool, when we talked to the owner, is about when you're building your deck, it's called open construction. So you can actually change. So let's let the owner talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, he'll talk about that.
There's something called open construction. So you have your pool of cards that is built out of those 6 booster packs in your promo. And each round you can change up what you're playing. So if you built something that you just don't like after playing round 1,
right.
Yeah, you can completely retool your entire deck. Now, of course, all the cards have to come out of those packs that you open,
right.
But if you were, like, say, playing green-black in the first round and it just didn't work, and you're like, I have some really strong white and blue cards, well, you can then make your white and blue deck and then play it from then on.
Now, the fun thing about a pre-release to remember is you may pull some really cool, valuable cards. Remember our first pre-release, I was brand new, didn't know what I was doing, and the first pack I opened up, I found this really nice card, and right in front of everybody,
he says it's really pretty, and he shows it to me, and he pulled the masterpiece version of the Sword of Body and Mind.
Yeah, it was really cool, and everybody was like, oh, and then I started playing, and I didn't have any sleeves.
So we're gonna buy sleeves. If you wouldn't go buy
we
sleeves.
didn't have any sleeves, so
do it.
Another good point.
Bring sleeves.
Bring sleeves, maybe some dice, that you can use for counters and things like that.
Bring some sleeves, sleeve up your deck just in case you get one of those really nice cards. You don't want to devalue it, even if you're not going to keep it yourself. It keeps the value up. So
buy yourself some. So if you don't have any, make sure you pick up a couple Ultra Pro Eclipse.
Eclipse are nice.
Personally, I might as well throw that in. I think they're the best sleeves out there on the market. Ultra Pro makes all kinds of stuff, but the Professor will agree with us. The Ultra Pro Eclipse sleeves are absolutely amazing. And I think they're coming out. You actually tweeted with Ultra Pro back and forth.
Yeah, they're working on it for those looking for more, Commander play in the 100 count packs. Ultra Pro said that they are working on trying to get that, but they first have to meet demand for the 80 counts.
Yeah, the 80 counts in Ultra Pro Eclipse are so good. They're having a hard time keeping up the demand, but they are. And once that kind of slows down a little bit, they said they will come out with the 100 count packs for us Commander players. So that's a cool thing.
It's coming out.
So so you start playing the game. There are 4 rounds when you play Magic, right? So your first round.
The way that Armada does it here is they just do 4 rounds of Swiss pairing, which Michael will talk about a bit more too.
Yeah, but it's basically you each round you play the best 2 out of 3. So if me and Jordan are playing against each other, if I won a round and then he won a round, we would have to play a third one to figure out who had the 2 wins. And so we would fill out this sheet that says, 2 and 1.
Yep, it's best 2 out of 3.
The best 2 out of 3. So if you win the first 2 games, that game's over, and then you're at end of round 1, and you'll do that 4 times. So, and we'll talk about the prizes and stuff like that. But normally they will put up on the board, and the owner. Let's go back to the owner of Armada Games to talk a little bit about how they pair you up and try to keep it even, so you don't have to worry about if you're an inexperienced player or you're not very competitive. How they match you up. They try to keep it fair and they try to keep it so where everybody can have some fun.
Yep.
So let's check that out.
The way that Swiss pairings work, for each round that you've played, the computer is going to do its best to pair you against somebody that has the exact same record.
Okay.
So after round 2, if you've won both of your matches, you should be playing against another person who has won both of their matches.
So what happens if you're playing and you're not sure how something works? If you're not sure, call a judge.
Yeah, big time call a judge every time. Because believe me, you have all types. When you go to one of these pre-releases, there are going to be people that haven't been to pre-releases before. There's going to be some people that are very experienced in Magic. But the important thing to remember is all these cards that they're playing with, for the most part, are new cards. So it may be a new ability, like Exert or something like that has come out in this new set, and people really aren't sure how those cards are supposed to interact.
Even if it's just with flow of the game. If you have a question with something, anything, Michael?
If you have a question about anything, call a judge. Whether it's card interactions or something was forgotten, whether it was a trigger or you cast a spell with the wrong mana, anything like that, call a judge. Put your hand up in the air, say judge as loud as you can without busting everybody else's eardrums.
Right.
And just leave your hand up until the judge shows up. Or at least acknowledges that you need assistance, because sometimes we can't always see exactly where the person is. If they put their hand up and put their hand back down before we can see them, we don't know who to go talk to. But calling a judge is actually important because it allows us to fix a situation properly and make sure that play experiences aren't ruined.
Now, what happens if we talk about overtime?
So
you get so many. I forgot how long it takes. Maybe 50 minutes per round.
It's about 50 minutes a round, and that is your 3 games. You have 50 minutes. But what happens if you hit the 50 minutes?
Yeah, some people are faster players than others. Some people are slower. You won a game, the opponent won a game, now you're on that last one. You guys are really taking your time. But what happens if time runs out? There's actually certain rules to go by where they'll give you so many more turns, but we'll let Michael explain that as well. It's a really, really cool way to do it.
Yep.
That answer is different for Two-Headed Giant and Sealed. Okay. So in Sealed, we have 50 minutes for a round timer. At the end of 50 minutes, anybody that has not completed their matches, we call time, and then you go to the current turn plus 5 more turns, and then the game is over. And that is player 1, whoever's active player when time is called is turn 0, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then done. It is not 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2.
Gotcha.
It is just a straight 5 turns. Also, in the situation, there's cards that can give people extra turns. It could go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then done.
Okay. So it's 5 full turns. Doesn't count the turn you're on.
Yeah, correct. It's 5 additional turns, and it doesn't matter who's taking those turns. And then at the end of that, if there's no winner, that game would be a draw, and would be recorded as a draw for whatever prior games happened.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who's got the most point life at that point. It's a draw unless you won.
Under Swiss, it is a draw unless there is a winner.
Gotcha.
For Two-Headed Giant, it does the same thing with the time, but then it goes to 3 turns. So 0, 1, 2, 3, game is over.
Okay.
And that's because in those 3 turns, you're actually taking 6 additional turns because there's 2 people on each one. So those turns tend to take a little bit longer, or they can be more impactful. So there's only 3 turns instead of 5. And then you get a match slip. Fill out the match slip with the number of wins that you or your team have won. If there was a drawn game, record that, sign it, and put it in wherever the match slips go.
And then there is
finally at the end of it, once you've gone through all 4 rounds, at the end there are prizes.
If you win all 4 rounds, you'll get 10 booster packs.
Wow.
And for Two-Headed Giant, each player will get the 10 booster packs, not the team.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you get 3 match wins and a draw, you'll get 7 booster packs. 3 match wins and a loss is 4 booster packs, and 2 match wins is a booster pack.
So that's a pre-release. That's what it looks like. It's really great. Your fee is essentially the price of your packs. It may even be a little cheaper from what they give you.
It may depend from shop to shop, but about $25, right?
$25. You get 6 booster packs. You get to play Magic, and you get to meet a bunch of really cool people. So it's really a lot of fun.
That was a fun thing. We went there. We met a lot of new people. Some people wanted to get a picture with us and stuff like that. The staff is always really friendly.
You meet a lot of really cool people.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Armada Games was when we were there is just everybody except I think 1 employee knows how to play Magic and play it well. A lot of them were at that judge level. So if you ever got any questions, and they come out and play too on certain nights and on
that's my favorite thing about the pre-release is that the Magic community in general, I believe, it's just a bunch of really awesome people. So if you're new to the game or haven't been to a pre-release yet, it's really a great chance to get out and meet more of the community and just meet a lot of really great people.
Yep, it is.
It's a lot of fun.
So hey guys, I hope you liked the video, and we'll be coming up with another one here shortly.
Like, share, subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications when our new stuff comes out. Leave a comment below on, did you attend the pre-release? Are you looking to attend pre-release next time when Ixalan comes out? What kind of decks did you build? Did you pull anything good? Let us know. Also follow us on Twitter, chat with us there, like us on Facebook. All our links and stuff for that will be in the description box below. So let us know, and we will see you next time.
Catch you on the other side, guys.
See you guys.
See you later.